How we all doing today, Irish fans? 10-minute countdown, full analysis, North Carolina State versus Notre Dame at North Carolina State. Here's what you need to know. North Carolina last weekend, gave up 100 rushing yards against UConn. Their pass defense was absolutely phenomenal. They also were able to intercept UConn once. They've got tremendous talent in the backfield. All of their starters are juniors, seniors, or grad students on the defense. So they're not weak in talent there, and they've got depth. They did give up a couple of passes of 10 or more yards to UConn, but overall held them to 14 for 26 for the air. They also gave up 100 rushing yards and gained 100 rushing yards. So we expect them, we can expect them to run the ball pretty consistently. All of their points were scored on the ground. All 3 touchdowns were scored on the ground. They kicked a field goal to close the first half of that football game. So what do we need to do? What do the Fighting Irish need to do to be able to play this team effectively at NC State? First thing that they need to do is neutralize the crowd, right? We need a big drive on our opening drive to quiet that crowd down. That's going to go a long way towards us being able to win this game and keep our offense in it. How do we do that? Push the ball on the ground, right? Keep running at them, get them tired, and make it a long drive. UConn did that successfully last week. Their first drive, their opening drive, was 8.5 minutes. So if we can do something like that, kind of, quiet that stadium down, you can bet that they're going to come at us with a lot of intensity, exactly the same way that Tennessee State did. This game means a lot to them, and they know that if they beat us, they're putting themselves in a really good position towards ultimately making a playoff appearance. So they're going to come at us with a lot of intensity, a lot of ferocity, and they've got a lot of good players on this team. We're going to see before the end of the season that this is probably one of the better teams in the ACC. Our defense, I do believe, will be able to hold UConn to low numbers. Their offense is not exactly the most agile or versatile offense. They do have a tremendous ground game and a very elusive quarterback. So that's something that we need to be concerned about. That's something that we need to worry about going into this week. The pass rush has to keep contained on this quarterback. We cannot be 5 yards behind him trying to come up and catch him because he will get away. He's got great presence in the pocket. He's got great visibility of what's going on around him, and he knows when to scramble, when to get out of the pocket. And we're not always going to be able to have somebody directly on him, to keep him from breaking 5-6 yard runs down the field on a scramble, and giving up, potential first down yardage or losing down in distance in those drives. I would expect on the offensive side of the ball to see more of the same from both Audric Estime and Sam Hartman. Just expect them to continue to do what they've been doing and doing well. Expect the receiving core to play well. I don't anticipate that we'll see very many drops, at least as long as the ball's thrown on target. And in fact, last week, our receiving core made a few phenomenal catches. The ball wasn't really thrown exactly on target, but they went up and they made the play and got the catch and were able to, gain good yardage on all of the plays, that we saw from the receiving core. So expect to see more of the same from them as well. Probably the biggest threat on the NC State side of the ball for us is their middle linebacker, Peyton Wilson. He's 6'4", 260 pounds. He was the number 4 middle linebacker in his class. He was also, the best in the state of North Carolina. And, he was somebody that we at Notre Dame recruited very hard and tried to get. He came and visited us before he ultimately committed to NC State. He had been committed to North Carolina State, decommitted, and ended up at NC State. He's a real threat, and he can effectively stop our runs. So we're gonna have to do some things to kind of get him out of the mix, in order to be effective on the run. Some of that's going to be the pass. Some of that's going to be play action pass, where Estime is a decoy, and hopefully we can get Peyton Wilson to start biting on that a little bit. And if we can get him to bite on that consistently on the pass, he's going to have to respect the pass a little bit more, and that'll open the run up. And conversely, like, the run will open the pass up. We'll just have to run outside or run around him or run away from him as much as we can. And occasionally, we'll just run the ball right at him, and see if we can neutralize him that way as well. Estime's a big guy, so I'd like to see a couple of big hits as a running back from Estime on those defensive backs. I think that'll go a long way towards helping us continue to move the ball downfield and kind of neutralize that threat of the linebacking core in the secondary. We need to play this game. We need to see some real fire from this defense in the beginning of this game. I hope we're taking it seriously. So Coach Freeman said to the players earlier this week, if you don't play every team 100%, if there's a team that you're not playing 100%, it shows that you don't respect them. So let's go in, let's play them like we respect them. Let's treat them with respect, and let's go try to beat the pants off of them, right? Because that shows that we do respect them as a football team, and we're not taking our foot off the gas in order to try to respect them. Because if we do, we're actually not respecting them. We're not showing them that we think that they could potentially win that football game. And we're going to see, I think we are going to see more man coverage in the secondary. We'll see a little bit more cover one, cover two, probably not specifically giving up somebody to spy the quarterback, but definitely having a couple of our defensive backs, keeping an eye on him, trying to keep contained. And I think that'll really, help us effectively cut down on those 5 and 6 yard gouges that we might see otherwise from a very elusive scrambling quarterback. All right, that's everything that you need to know about the Fighting Irish for this coming weekend. I think we're going to have a great football game. Ultimately, my final score prediction, 31-10. I think we'll have 4 touchdowns and a field goal, and I think our defensive backs will do a great job at keeping them from scoring a lot. But we are gonna. I think we'll give one up. I think we'll finally give one up here this weekend. Give up a touchdown. I don't think we'll go 3 weeks in a row. I hope we do. I think we can do it. But if a team's going to score a touchdown on us, it's this year. To this point, it's going to be North Carolina State. They have the ability to do it. Not that the other teams didn't, but I think they're a lot more capable and a lot more versatile. And the fact that this game is not a home game for us is going to be impactful on the way we play. It will be loud. Our offense is, gonna have to deal with crowd noise that's not ours for the first time this season. So it'll be a new environment. It'll be a very hostile environment. And I can see our defense getting worn down a little bit more than they have in the past few weeks, simply because the offense will spend more time off the field than on the field compared to the last few weeks. All right, that's it. Love you all. God bless. Keep looking up. Go Irish.